method for your primary data will cut across the focus group discussion, the key informant interview, and then observing some of the things on your checklist. We'll look at them in details in the next slide and along the presentation. So looking at your questionnaire it is basically consists of a set of questions and prompts that will assist us in collecting some information of some of the community members or our target respondents while we are in the field sourcing for data for our programs. And the administration of the questionnaire also is very key, whereby we will also ensure that the person that is in the field has the right skill to administer or deploy this questionnaire. And basically, there are two categories. You have the direct administration and the self-administration of the questionnaire, whereby you may have limitation, or while at the field, you could be informed that there are some key stakeholders, like we told earlier, that are members of that committee that could give you accurate or precise information, but maybe they are not available at the time that you are in the field. So it could be need for you to send some of these questionnaires for them to fill back, and you receive some of this information. So the questionnaire now could be self-administered, whereby you can mail it to the respondents, and also it could be in terms of using telephone to converse with some of these individuals that you could not meet in the field. And this will also form part of your primary information or primary data that you collected using your questionnaires. So the direct administration of questionnaire, like I said earlier, will also have to be involved you getting this information from our target respondents as part of our program while you're in the field. And there are some key rules that you need to adopt while you are in the field taking this information for us, or some kind of guidelines that you need to follow through, maybe using the checklist that will be sent to you, or adopting following through the ethics that we probably had mentioned throughout this training and our previous training. So when you are asking the respondent questions, there might be need for you to repeat some of these questions more than once. And you can, probably the first time, you ask the question exactly the way it is on the questionnaire that is sent to you. So if you try to ask the person twice and the person is not getting what you are saying, so you can now ask the person the question the third time, and maybe using a different word, but ensure that in using different words, the meaning of the what you are trying to ask or what you are trying to communicate is the same, so that the person will not get a wrong information, or maybe provide you a wrong information, which will not be good for our data. You know, we emphasize on accurate data so that the decisions we are going to be taking as part of those programs will be accurate. So it's important that you ensure that these guidelines are followed. And you do not try not to induce any answer. Maybe you are asking somebody a question, you are now putting the answer to the person. Is it this? Is it that? No. Give the person time, be patient with the person, let the person give you the feedback that you require. You can use their local language, even if it's sign language, you try to describe so that a person can get what you are trying to say, and then give you the accurate information. And in terms of the approach of gathering some of this data in the field, or maybe the basic things that you need to adopt, we have some stages or categories of things that you need to do while carry out this field data collection, and also as a way of ensuring that the best practice is ensured. So we have the pre-field data activities that you need to undertake, which you have to ensure that all of that is done, your checklist gone through, you have your pilot studies, you do all of that, your desktop research, mapping of the location, if you are familiar with using the map or you have access to the map of the area, that will be very fine, so that you can also estimate time frame it will take you to travel from your location if you are not residing within that area to where you are going to carry out the studies, and the nature of the terrain. Some people could be deployed, or you could have the it will be need for you to go to terrain that is has water bodies, and you might need to be moving by boats. So you should not be taking unawares that you get there and you now see water, you now decide not to proceed with your data gathering.